Okay, this is Dr. Ben, and just want to share with you a few more thoughts on growing you and your network. And this was inspired by a conversation I had with a wonderful partner in the UK, and we were discussing some very rapid results that a group of young women were having that had just come in from another company. And whenever I hear success story, I like to extract some of the principles behind the success that could be applied to anyone in what you're doing. And so here's 5 keys that can really help you increase the volume and the engagement and the results in your business in a very short period of time. And the first one that's kind of a background is these women who are creating fast results already had a huge network following them online on Facebook. So one of the keys to begin with, if you're just brand new to this, is to begin by expanding and building your network. This can be done online or offline. And even once you've have a good network, we constantly want to be expanding that, and there are a lot of different skill sets to develop in doing that, but that's one of the things you're going to want to be learning and continually doing. So don't be discouraged if your network isn't big yet. You can learn to build that and add to that online and offline. The key is to keep opening new connections, particularly with people of shared values and interests. So this isn't just about only getting people into your business and our product right now, but whether it's on Facebook, on LinkedIn, or just in your local community, continuing to meet and connect with people that have share some of the values you have or some of the interests that you would like to connect with and add to your network. Okay, that's kind of a background. Now, as you have that network, one of the strategies for attracting more people and creating more intrigue and interest is, first of all, to share before and afters. Okay, many of you are doing this with pictures. That's an awesome way to do it. If you have a product or something that creates a before and after picture, that can be very powerful. It can also be done with stories. And again, this can be done on Facebook or online, and this can also be done offline. I know of people who are showing before and after pictures from their product on their iPad or their phone to people they're face-to-face with, and also those who are simply telling a story of how they were feeling before, and then they took this product and now what it's done for them. So there's different ways of sharing that, but that can be a great way to create interest and engagement rather than just telling about a product or telling features and benefits. Actually share a before and after. Okay. Another thing that people are doing is kind of a feature of the week or a month. We have a wonderful woman locally who's doing that at a salon she's at with the device that people say makes them look younger in minutes. And she is actually often, as she's demonstrating sharing that, she often has an additional product from her company that she says, here's what we're spotlighting this week. I love that. Here's what we're spotlighting this week. And some people are doing this online where they have a feature of the week or of the month. It may be a product that they're highlighting. You could do this also in a newsletter to your customers. Okay, it could be a product you're highlighting. It could be a new testimonial or story or new result. It could also be a news item or update that's related to the solutions you offer that continues to create engagement with people who are interested in following you. Okay. Now, number 3 is to paint a picture of the lifestyle you're creating. And this can be pictures and posts online that show the new life, okay, that you're creating, and in particular, show progress, change, highlights, and fun. Okay, and for example, I know one of these women who is creating very fast success had posted a picture of when she was turning in her resignation to her job because she was now replacing her income with her business, or also posting something when she was able to buy a new Power Mac, or new computer with the check from her new business. Okay, so she's not necessarily telling the details of her business or just advertising or spamming and promoting that. Rather, she's showing how it's impacting her life, but creating intrigue. Okay, others post highlights, things they're able to do, fun that they're having along the way. And when you can tie it to the freedom or the new path you're on, the new check you're getting, that's allowing, even without saying numbers, that's allowing you to make that car payment, make that house payment, go on this trip with your kids, or have the time and the flexibility because you have a business that allows you to work around your schedule. Painting that picture and having little posts like that. And by the way, for those of you that may not be fully online or on Facebook or social media, you can also share these in conversations. I remember years ago, before all this was online, even my wife and with other moms, just sharing some of the transitions we've been through and some of the difference that working from home has allowed for us, and it created interest. And I remember one mom who was a businesswoman in particular, it led to us having a business conversation just because of Rochelle sharing a little bit of the changes that were happening in our life. So you can share these experiences online or offline, but the key is paint a picture of the lifestyle you're creating and show progress over time. Okay, what this is doing for you. All right, and then the last thing for right now is to give people a way to, I said 5 steps and it's 4, but one of them, that feature of the week, is kind of a 5th step. So there we go. Okay, give people a way to engage at whatever level they're ready for. I know many of us have maybe a serious business builder package or level at which someone could engage with the full business, but sometimes you have someone that just wants to dip their toes in the water or may just be more interested in using your product or service right now, and that's where they're ready to start. Give them a way to engage, because when someone engages with a product or service, that gives them the first step toward having a relationship with your company, with you, with your product or service, and even with your team if that's something they start to engage with. That can lead to more. And some of you are familiar with something called the options framework, which is simply asking a few questions to see where someone's at and then guide them to a solution that matches that so they can take the next step. Okay, and let me just wrap this up with a couple of key questions and phrases along those lines. One of them is simply asking, what are you doing now? You know, if someone mentions, we had someone this morning mentioning that she feels young in her mind, but wants to be her body to keep up with that or stay young as well. And so sometimes just asking when someone mentions something they're concerned about, what are you doing for that now? Okay, now this could be a physical or personal complaint. It could also be, like for myself, I wanted more time to be with my kids, and medicine was taking me away from that more and more. And it might be asking, are you doing something, or are you working toward that now? So just seeing where somebody's at. Another thing could be, especially if you're having a product conversation, what's your budget? What are you currently spending on that? How's it working for you? Okay, again, you're seeing where somebody's at, and then you could build a bridge, and the bridge can be a conditional question. If there was a way, if there was a way to sleep better and feel better than you currently are, let's say over the next 90 days, would you be interested in trying a solution that's worked for others? Okay, or if there was a way to get better results and perhaps save some money, would you be interested in knowing more? Or if there was a way to build your income in a way that could allow you to build your income around your life with your kids and have more freedom and flexibility, would you want to explore that? So a conditional question. And then once you've had some questions that shows where someone's at and you're building that bridge, you might say, here's what I'd recommend, or here's what I'd suggest. And it might be, meeting together to explore something. It may be taking a look at something online. It may be meeting one of your partners or hearing what something did for someone else, okay? Or maybe you're at the point of recommending an actual solution or package or getting started on something. The key is that once you've gotten a sense of where someone's at, giving them a confident guidance can be very helpful. If you give them 10 different choices and then leave it up to them to choose, it's overwhelming, and then they just want to think about it more and then nothing happens. So once you kind of fine-tune things with a few questions, here's what I'd recommend, here's what I'd suggest for you, or even here's a wonderful package for you, and then share why you suggested this particular package or combination for them, or this particular next step, and make it easy for them to take a next step and to feel good. So there's a couple key thoughts for increasing engagement, really growing you and your network. Enjoy, and we'll talk to you again soon.